All right, Lenoco, so the reason I have called you here today is we're going to be taking a deep dive into the previews for Set 2. Last Monday, they did not start the previews, and we're like, yo, we should wait till Tuesday so that Tam has an entire week of things to talk about. And so for that, Jasco, I'm sorry that I was being a little baby about it, but it was very smart on your end. Thank you so much. So, before we jump into any specifics, how have you felt about the rollout for the Set 2 previews, as well as like the cards themselves, without getting into any specifics, because we're going to talk about every Set 2 card that has been previewed so far, including today's preview at time of recording.
Yeah, I've been loving the set, like everything that they've been doing. They've been keeping the hype going, being able to have their hero missions to be able to like unlock the bonus content as well has been super good for the community. And I like that for the most part. They've also been showing off the commons and uncommons, the cards that you know you're going to be getting.
True.
So you can start thinking about how you want to start building your, not only your older characters that will use the cards, but the new characters coming out. So
yeah, and the thing about like universes and My Hero specifically is like how many of your decks do you like throw a ton of commons into because they are like the bread and butter of the deck, right? They're the glue that holds your sweet kill cards together. And so seeing these cards doesn't let you just drop a bunch of bombs on people with the ultra rares, people already who are sleeving up, proxying, playing, whether it be on TTS or in paper. But it also lets you like play like more of a real game as opposed to just like jamming a bunch of ultras in a deck and just trying to let it rock.
Yeah, it's definitely a much more budget-friendly game in general because of that, because there are really no bad cards. Like, the rarer cards definitely have some cooler effects and some more niche effects, I would say. But the commons and uncommons are your bread and butter staples by far, so.
For sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and just jump into it. Can you see the stream? Actually, I could.
I can, yep.
You can see the stream? All right. I'm sorry if
Yep.
you're...
I also have the cards up on my side,
a little
too,
bit behind. All right, so let's talk about Midoriya. I've got Midoriya and Battle Resolve up on the screen. How do you like Midoriya?
Midoriya's insane.
Midoriya's so good.
He's nutty.
Yeah, I agree.
He's just gonna take every single thing that he has from set 1. He's gonna get some new stuff to play with, because, you know, if they're gonna keep wanting to punch Midoriya, they're gonna be throwing some more punches into his card pool for the set. And you're just gonna see Texas Smash into Setup Strike into Death.
Yeah, there's a
Full Howling is gonna be insane. There's Future Charge is actually a useful card now.
On a turn that Midoriya wants to kill you, he gets to take all his bad foundation cards. Because I already have 10 in my stage. I'm not building anymore.
Yep.
I get to take all my bad foundation cards and just hyper load on my punches and fire. And that's like the tip of the iceberg for this character. The response is what I'm excited for. I think that response is so sweet. Once per turn, commit a foundation. After you check a copy of a foundation that's in your stage, build the checked foundation. Oh, man. You know what card's insane?
Yep.
Passing the torch. You know what I wish I had 2 of? Passing the torch. Oh,
Passing the torch.
You know what I found 2 of? Passing the torch. It's just so good.
On Earth, he's also gonna get some fantastic, like, double apathetic, and then just going to flip 2 cards to your opponent's face down. Like,
yeah, true.
So good.
And like the counterplay is like I do have all these super cool, powerful flip cards, but if I flip them too early, then I don't get to build them into my stage because face down cards they're not cards you can count.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's rad. He did increase the health. Good job. He's done it. He's trained for an entire semester at school, and he got 1 health for it. Congrats, buddy.
He's broken more bones, so, like, you know, you gotta give him at least a health point.
True. Speaking of gaining health, Battle Resolve, 0-5-3 mid, response commit flip. After you lose health, gain health. And then enhance commit 2 copies of this card. This deck gets +3 or -3 speed. Thoughts on it?
Yeah. I love the enhance. I think the response is just a weaker Recovery Girl's Kiss, but the fact that it's 2 different enhances on a single card probably overall makes it better. I think if you're running Recovery Girl's Kiss, you swap them out for Battle Resolve immediately.
Yeah, that's probably how I feel as well. It's a little more reactive as opposed to proactive, right? Like Recovery Girl's Kiss, I can be at 1 and still utilize the ability, where this, if I'm at 1, it is a blank card for that first response.
Yes.
But I think the enhanced commit 2 copies of this card for +3 or -3 speed is actually really cool. Because like the way that you play is you just like commit two of them for -3 or +3, and that might just be enough in order to save your life or push some damage through. And it combos really well with his response, right? Because we want to have as many copies of Battle Resolve on the field as possible. It's a good spam. Like building 2 of these out on turn 1 means that one of our moves is probably going to hit, right? I'm down to push for it. It's neat. It's neat stuff.
Yeah, I love the base that we've seen so far, and you're going to be seeing a lot of some really cool stuff in this set, I think. That's going to, like I said, not only is it going to combo super well with all of set 1, everything in set 2 is going to just be adding on to it more and more, and you're just going to see a lot more Deku players in general. Partly also because Deku being one of the like main characters there, his set 1 character is a lot more of a, I don't want to say harder character to play, but you have to know the game a lot more to be able to play him effectively. Whereas this is a much more easier, nuanced Deku for people to play their favorite character on.
Yeah, if anybody's ever seen my my how to demo the My Hero game, I never let new people play as Midoriya 1 because the first thing they do is like, oh man, I'm just gonna discard my hand. I'm like, well, no, wait, don't. But taking the Midoriya 1 starter deck and putting Midoriya 2 on top of it might be a way to demo people and let them play as Midoriya, let them play as Midoriya as a starter. Just let them have that, right? And that is very cool. makes his one of a little worse, but you know, there it is. It looks like Chad is also a fan for the most part. Yeah. Yeah. We've got one lone soul who doesn't like it, but that's okay. We'll move on. We've got Bakugou. How you like Bakugou?
In set 1, I prefer Bakugou over Midoriya. In set 2, I definitely prefer Deku over Bakugou for sure. I don't think that this card is bad, but I think it's a all of your eggs in one basket kind of character.
Ooh, okay.
If you like that play style, this is going to be the character that you're loving for now until the end of time.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it's going to have like one big turn where you're going to destroy, play out 3-4 attacks, destroy 3-4 foundations, spend all your momentum, and go, I have built up to this point. It is now turn 4. Did you win? No. Congrats, I win.
Yeah, it's interesting. And like Satona says, I like decks where any of my attacks can be the scary one. It's very true. Having a bunch of powerful ones on all of his cards, you kind of never know, where does... Is this the last one? Do I need to prepare for one more or not? Because like just destroy a foundation for +2 speed. This detonation launcher being a 6 low for 5 as our starter and having powerful 3. 6 low for 5 on a 5 diff with powerful 3 is like nothing this needs that. Not to mention it has its own abilities, right? And then we haven't even seen like what super cool combo attacks we have for him, right? They opted to show us the launcher, the starter for your cool combo chains as opposed to the neat combo abilities you have later on, right? Like I think he looks a little lackluster right now because we don't get to see what I'm giving 2 speed, what I'm powerful and pushing the damage of the move and flipping two of their moves. Right now we only get to look at set 1 combo cards, things like Relentless Barrage, things like Texas Smash, things like there's some really cool things that you can do combo wise with this character. Not to mention the elephant in the room. Nobody's been playing the secret rares. This guy's going to make the Bakugou secret rare go to the moon.
Yep, agreed. Well, yes. There's no question in my mind. If you have the ability to buy that secret rare now, for both Deku and Bakugou, grab them now. Yeah. Because these new characters love those secret rares.
Yeah, it's especially the XSRs. Like, people are going to go crazy if you have 4 of those. You could easily see
they're sold out on TCG Player right now.
Are they?
Someone went out and got all of the Deku XSRs, and there's 2 on there. One for I think it's 300, and the other's for 1,000.
Ooh, $1,000.
So someone put up for $1,000. Yep.
The Bakugou one?
I don't think they're gonna get it, but yeah, the XSR. Yeah.
I mean, if you
not cased, just raw, just chilling out on a mailer.
If we see the combo attacks and they are worth it, If Bakugou 2 becomes a meta character, that card could easily be $500, right? I don't think we're getting 1,000 off of it, but like it could be a $500 secret rare, which is a thing that Jasko has said that they don't want to do. So I kind of hope I kind of hope he's not that crazy, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's the XSR. It's the fancy one. The SRs
Correct.
are still.
Oh, that's fair. That's
tame
fair. That's
right
fair.
now,
That's fair.
the people who want to bling their deck out, they're gonna be grabbing all of them because
You know what? They deserve to pay more money.
yeah, you know?
That's what they get. for wanting the kanji on the side. That's what they get.
Very much. I will also say about this comment though, I love the theme that they've put on Bakugou, where Bakugou is such a strong and I don't want to say cocky because that's a negative connotation, but so sure of himself that he has this now cool play set where he's like, I'm going to go play an attack in this zone next turn, and it's just going to be much better for me. Even though I'm tipping my hand and being like, hey, I'm going here. Can you deal with it? Yeah.
It gives me big, long-lasting explosion vibes, which, as we all know, is my favorite card in set 1.
And it's just going to play also well with long-lasting explosion.
He certainly is. Yeah. He certainly is. So it looks like chat is also feeling Bakugou, which is good, which feels good. We'll move on. Yep. The main man himself. The man, everybody, the only character that chat got right in the prediction so far for symbols, we have Stain. 629
I did not even get it right.
Evil order. Enhance your weapon attack gets a speed. If it deals damage, your rival loses 1 health. Very cool. Response commit. After rival makes a check to play a card, that check gets -3. Failing the check does not end the combat phase. Only playable if your rival has taken damage this game. Very cool ability. What are your thoughts on Stain?
If not Deku being the #1 character played from the set 2, it's going to be Stain. The enhance is really strong. That response commit, make a block fail. You know, there's just a lot of things that Stain can do. It's a control player's like dream right there with that -2 check hat or -3 check hat. My apologies. So.
Yeah, this is I think that minus check is really, really strong. There's a character in Standard called Morrigan that did something very similar, where I believe that she lost 3 health in order to do it once per turn, and that was crazy. It was super, super good. She also
this
gave
happens after they check, so you can
Correct.
be like, oh, is this -3 going to make or break you?
Yes,
Oop.
it is not before the check is played. I do like the gameplay loop of only playable if your rival is taking damage this game. One of the best ways to fight against the character Vega, one of his super cool gameplay loops was if you went to play a foundation on a 5 on your first turn when Vega was ready, he would just commit his character and make it -1, so you would fail a foundation on turn 1. You would check a 4, and then your turn wasn't over. And he'd be like, "Ah, you got another one?" And then sometimes you're just like, "No, I guess I'll build 3 pass. I was supposed to build 4. That sucks. Build 3 on turn 1 is 100 times worse than build 4 on turn 1." And you're less like, sorry, man, you should have checked better. And so the fact that he doesn't get to activate himself on turn 1, turn 2 is like really, really good. One of those characters that really wants to win the die roll because we want to be swinging as quickly as we can, right? Yep. And the +1 speed, your rival loses a health. I actually like this as a way to play the game as opposed to just it gets +1 damage, +1 speed, because it forces every move up to the odd number.
Yep.
Right, it forces every move up to the odd number because you'll take half and then burn 1 as opposed to whatever. As well as, this can kill you.
Yep.
This is vitality loss that can kill you.
Yep, it specifically does. It's not burst speed, right? Is what I'm thinking of. That just specifically says it can't kill.
There's a lot of burns that can't kill, but it seems like they're making a commitment that character cards are allowed to end the game.
And what also is frightening is the all symbol with weapons.
Yeah.
Staff strike decks are gonna be crazy with this.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what tools he gets because we don't have any weapons on the evil or order symbol, but we do have lots of interesting tools in order to make the response commit pop off with on the order symbol. Things like electric jolt, right? And I think electric jolt might just exist in an order stain even after we see all of his weapons because guaranteeing hitting that 1 damage is gonna be pretty sweet. How do you feel about rooftop advantage? Rooftop advantage, excuse me.
It's very okay. it's a it's a 0 cost, so like yeah, it's a good there. Too low on a block, and then looking at the top card of your Rebels deck is going to be real good for that response commit.
True.
But I don't feel it's like changing the game.
I think this card's amazing. I think this card's so good, dude. This game is all about information, right? Knowing what's on top of my deck, knowing what's on top of your deck. As long as I know that information, I can do all the math, and that means I get to essentially know how far I'm allowed to extend, how far I'm not allowed to extend. If I build 4 of these and I go into my kill turn, I know what you're checking. I do perfect math. I never have to think about it. I never have to be like, but what if, right? As well as it's a spam with a low block. And that's really good for all 3 of these symbols. It's really good for all 3 of these symbols.
Evil does need some relatively good low blocks.
True. Evil needs any low blocks if we're going to keep it a buck.
Not wrong. I tried building Evil Mineta for my locals. I'm going to be playing it tomorrow, and I'm like, man, I just hope no one plays a low attack. That's my hope.
Yeah. Just don't. Just be like, yo, if you play a low attack, I'll ban you. It does look
this
like
might also just be experience, too, between yourself and myself. Since you have a lot more experience playing UFS in general, whereas I'm my hero, just fresh on the boat kind of thing.
True. Which is why I think it's fun to have you on this talk, because like I can sit here and talk about the fact that this is reminiscent of a bunch of old UFS cards and go down nostalgia lane, and you look at this and go, huh, this card's not that great, and I go,
the card's okay.
Yeah. I think this card is gonna win more games than it loses for not having an ability on it, if that makes sense.
No, I can definitely agree with you on that. Like,
it looks like Chad doesn't like the card though. You guys are 6 to 8.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's a very even split there.
Did you guys just like want Stain to do more things? You just wanted him to just like kill you for good?
Mean, I have seen people say that they don't like that his response is a commit. And that just blows my mind. Like, yeah, just a -3 on every single one of your checks is fair and balanced.
Yeah. I think I actually really like who was it? Zodiac Gamer. Stain is a vanilla until he gets a hit and is a 6-hander. I think that's just a gameplay loop, buddy. I think if you can get that hit, and we get to see the rest of Stain's kit, right? If you can get that hit, the game's gonna be really favored for you. But you gotta work for a little bit, Very anime remembrant, right? Like their entire goal was, yo, we can't let this guy hit us. What a sweet flavor. What a sweet flavor. All right. Well, we'll move on to the main man. The character that I like the most out of this kit probably so far has been Shoto Todoroki 2. 627 fire, order, water, enhance once per turn. Your attack gets 2 speed, 2 damage. Enhance once per turn. Your range attack gets stunned 2. Enhance once per turn. Both players add a momentum to their hand. What are your thoughts?
He is going to be nutty. Especially having 2 control symbols between order and water. They both control the game in different ways, though. But access to all of the order cards that Denki already has for stun. You're just gonna get, well, what if we stun 4 things this attack? Seems okay. Attacks getting +2 speed, +2 damage, even if it's only a once per turn. Like, that's still gonna be really strong. You can play it with all of his old fire stuff to be able to get Frigid Heat Wave, massive amounts of damage. He is almost like Bard in the fact that he can do a little bit of everything, but the difference is that this card does it very well.
Yeah,
just once per turn.
Yeah, I think this guy plays really good classic universes, right? I think he's just gonna play really tight games. The thing that instantly like jumps out to me, I watched an Aura game on stream. I watched a Water game on stream, and they'll be live on YouTube here relatively soon. But I haven't seen a fire deck, and the thing that shoots out to me is on his face, he gives plus speed and plus damage. We could easily play a Dark Shadow Ruin deck with him, right? Yeah. His abilities are all once per turn, so on that first move, you just jam them all, right? You press all 3 of these buttons. Dark Shadow Rune is arranged. Let's give it stun 3, and then it's got more speed, more damage. Give it more damage. Give it another stun. We'll add another rune to our hand, the one that hit last turn, and then I'll just play my Summon Dark Shadow and turn my dude sideways. He's already turned off. It's fine. Yeah, we've already done his ability, right? Yeah. So like we make the absolute grandest Dark Shadow Runes possible, and then pop.
So he's Todoroki too. Okay, or not Todoroki, but
Tokoyami too. Yeah. He could be. Right? Making a stand. This card's just crazy. This card's very, very good.
I'm glad we agree on this one. But
this card's good. Why do you think this card's good?
The fact that it is momentum like discard on there basically can stop anything on that. But every single one of your stunning attacks just getting +1 damage. Yeah. On top of the fact that stun is a really good enhance on its own. Like chef's kiss.
Yeah, I think this is going to make Denki really, really scary under the order symbol because all of his moves just have stun 1, right? And, like, you don't care about blocking his moves because they just, like, don't do a lot of damage. But now they do. But now they do. And you get to take, like, pretty much every copy of First Classmate Introduction just out of your deck and then just put this in instead and be like, yo, I'm playing the game. Hey, I'm into it. Here we go. Here's a bunch of damage, and it also I love the way that making a stand combos with Todoroki himself because if you look at the bottom enhance, once per turn, both players add 1 momentum to their hand. That's not a question mark. It's not a may. It's if we both have one, you're picking one up as well. So if you make a stand, you flip and you discard theirs, then only I get to have my resource back.
Yep.
Under both the water symbol and the order symbol, we get both this card and what's their plan? Where we both discard a momentum, like that might be good enough to warrant playing, you know?
Yeah, and it's definitely gonna hit a lot of those momentum heavy decks, and like your Ochako deck's gonna have a pretty sad time against this.
Yes, yeah, I definitely saw that and was like, man, I like picking up my momentum, but sometimes I don't like picking up my momentum.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want it to be there and be like, all right, I'm just gonna set up, get some gas in the tank, and then I can go off. But this is definitely water and order disruption at its finest.
Yeah, for sure. We'll move on. Ida 3. Yo, are you one of those conspiracy nuts? Do you think Ida 3 is only gonna have 3 cards of support?
I think that Ida 2 doesn't exist, so this is Ida 2.
Funny.
But no, I don't think there's going to be only 3 cards of support.
Okay.
But I don't necessarily disprove that conspiracy there because we did get Ida in the DLC. We do have Ida cards in the promo packs. I could see them only giving 3 cards of support and calling it a day. I hope that's not the case. I hope they keep the way that they do. Everything gets specifically their 9 card set. But if it happens, I wouldn't be sad about it because we already have a lot of Ida already in the system.
I mean, if you take it down and you just make it 3 cards, then you get to expand to just like more characters, right? Like you get to have just more characters in the set, which gets to shake up the meta even more because like the biggest change to everybody's deck is the hero that they're playing. Is the leader, right? Yep. I guess I'll use official terms. Their character. So we get to just have more options, more variety when it comes to playing the game. 7 hand size Ida is spooky, and this response is crazy. 720 air order void. So he lost the fire symbol, which I think he should have had the air symbol. But we're gonna keep it a stack. After you play an EX ability at the top card of your deck to momentum, that is insane.
That's nuts.
That's so good.
It's just a free EX.
Yeah,
it's fine.
As opposed to Ida 1, where he kind of put, like you said, all your eggs in one basket and just overloaded one move. This guy wants to string out instead, and you feel that because he's a 7 hand size, so he gets to see more cards. He gets to EX on every single move that he gets, and he plays Reciprocal Burst, the best that anybody's ever seen. I will EX for 3 and then add it back in. I will discard this momentum to get the +3 damage. So he gets just a free resource for his bursts. Crazy.
Yep. And his enhance is also just there to keep the string going. If for that kill turn, you get an extra foundation that you need, you don't really know when you want it, but when do you not want a ready foundation?
And if we get any good enhance commit make an impactful move on a 1 or a 0 diff, right? And we just get to re-ready that back up. And the biggest thing about this character, and the thing that took me a second to understand, is it says once per turn, not your turn.
Correct. Yep. It's
so on my
both sides.
opponent's turn, I get to re-ready a thing. This is going to be insane inside of Air and Order if we can, somehow accidentally get a momentum to get calling for backups online. Not calling for backup. Requesting assistance. Requesting assistance. Right? It's a 0 diff, and so we'll re-ready the requesting assistance. We have a momentum. I will flip, and then I get to re-ready any move. Crazy.
Is calling for backup a
calling for backup's a 1 diff. Yeah,
it's a 1 diff. Okay.
Yeah, it is 1 diff, but I was talking about just the combo with requesting assistance. Calling for backup and requesting assistance are actually just like the same noun and verb on 2 different cards.
Basically.
And then falling thruster kick, another common, said 2/3, too high for 4, EX3. So it's just 5 speed always in Ida. Common enhances attack gets +3 damage.
Seems good.
So it's just a 5 high for 7 on a 5 diff. That's fine. And it gets you the momentum back because you're Ida. This is cool.
Razorhead also likes it too for the Void deck. Razorhead also just it is free real estate for Razorhead.
True. I think I said this on a previous stream. I think this is the card that if you want to play the combo loop forever, once my opponent's a deadlock, this is now the combo attack that you pick just because it gets big if we get the combo, right? Yep. Thank you, Red Hood, for the prime. Appreciate it. 2 months. Thank you, buddy. This is a really cool kit, and I hope I get to see more. I actually want to see what his foundation does, right? What his foundation lineup looks like. I think that's what's going to be important, because I think at the moment the coolest thing that you get to do is you can play the plus ultra pack the plus ultra pack Ida kick under Order or Void, and then just remove itself for the EX and then respond with Ida to steal a free momentum. Yep. So he basically turns his kick into fatality for all you old heads. It's cool.
Man, this game had fatalities back in the day? What am I missing? No, I'm kidding.
Ochako 3. I see a lot of potential with this character. 625 Air Chaos Void. Response: after the combat phase begins, reveal your momentum and add 1 high or charge attack revealed this way to your hand, period. Response: after an attack is blocked, draw a card. The discard a card, your next check to play a card gets +1. What are your initial thoughts on Ochako 3?
I'm going to go type 1 in chat right now, because I didn't type in chat for any of them beforehand, but I'm going to go type 1 for Ochako. There's just so much gross things you can do with it. Plus, you get a check hack on top.
Yeah.
If you're running on air, why are you... There is a much better chance of you running Ochako 3 than Ochako 1, I think. I think it's almost an instant swap.
Interesting.
I see a lot of potential. And, 6 hand size, 25 health. It's average-ish, a little below average, but, you can just get so many good strings. You basically trade out Ochako 1's 1 big meteor loop into a few, turn 3s. You go a little bit slower, but that's... I don't want to see that across the table.
I think this character is a very much a win more character. I think if you let this character hit you twice, which she has throws under 2 of her under all of her symbols, right? Because we've got order throws, but I don't think all of them are charges. I know the big one that we have under Void is tape swing.
Toss. Oh, tape swing too. Yeah.
Is grasping tape swap a charge?
I don't think it's
range
charge.
Stun.
It's a throw.
Yeah. But we gotta have charge in order to lift it up. This character just gets grasping tape toss every turn. Not grasping tape swap. You just said that. It gets tape swing every turn. Every single turn. And if they do block it, you get to filter a card and then draw. And then on blocks, essentially all of my opponent's moves, as long as I can keep blocking, are -1 speed because I get +1 on my check, and I get to try and filter and draw for these hands. I think the biggest issue with this character is going to be the same issue that Ochako 2 has, where if my opponent is really good at blocking me, then I'm not going to get that momentum. Then I'm just going to be stuck as a 6 hand size character with 25 health. And she has no way to pump stats. She only gets to just draw what she
gets
has,
to replay.
right?
Yeah.
Which we get to look at her attack, or her foundation now. Ambush tactics 2-5-3 mid. Her symbols: enhance, flip, reduce your attack speed to 0. Your next attack gets +2 speed. Your next check to play a card gets +1. You know what I'm super down for? I am super down to make 0 gravity lift to 0 speed.
Yep.
I'm down.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm down.
seems fine.
Yeah.
Would you like to block the 0 speed card? That's gonna help me much more than you. Sure, why not?
You block my move. I will get to draw a card, discard a card, get +2 to my check and +2 to my next +2 speed to my next move. It's very, very solid. And then enhance : if the first attack this combat phase was blocked, this attack gets +1 damage. So if not. It is such a mega punishment if you decide to interact with this character, because she gets to press all these buttons over and over and over again. And if you don't block her, then she gets to have +1 hand size at the next turn, right? Because the big thing we didn't really talk about is the response says after the combat phase begins. It does not say after your combat phase begins. So that works on your opponent's turn as well. They ready, review, draw. That's the ready phase. And then they combat phase when they attempt to play whatever. Is you just review your momentum and then pick it up. And I'm pretty sure, and Tim Freedly, please, if you're in chat, correct me when you get a chance. I understand that all these cards are not out. That face-up momentum are considered to be revealed. So you're allowed to pick those as well. So if I need to pick up a thing, I certainly can.
Yeah, by reading that, I would also assume that. But, I mean... I've been wrong before.
I think it is very easy with this game. A lot of interactions. I think this character is super, super neat. I'm not necessarily sure that I agree with you on wanting to switch over from 1 to 3 on air, but I could easily see Chaos and Void doing some really neat stuff. I guess under air, like the coolest thing that I see is just like having a big flash package, right? Because both of her abilities are responses as opposed to any enhances, right? And so you just like flash, 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 flash. Oh man, I hit you with a couple of them. Oh, you blocked any of them? All right, I'll cycle and get more things, and you get even more cycles off of specialized sound waves because it's going to draw you an extra card. Oh man, this card sucks. I guess I'll discard this and then draw again.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, lots of cool things. I think we just have to wait for more of her kit to figure out if I like her more than I like One Dot, because I'm kind of a fan of the One Dot. If we're gonna, for
that makes sense.
reasons.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the One Dot, but again, it's a play style thing, not a power thing. So like this fits more into me. I like more of the slower, grindier style, not Kirishima grind, but like I love check hacks. I love throwing things in people's card pools. Like I like doing the things that disrupt the game plan. So like she's all like. Yeah, no, I can. Whenever I get a hold of her, I will never play Ochako 1 again. If I ever had the choice between Ochako 1 and 3, I will always pick 3, personally.
Love it. And on the last character, we've got Mineta. I haven't read this character very much because he got previewed today. Say 5 hand size, 30. That's actually the picture on your shirt.
Yep.
Huh.
By chance, just outright chance. But I'll take it.
You knew. Who did you pay?
Jasco. No.
We've got Mineta, 5 hand size, 31 health. That's kind of chunky. Death, Evil, Water. Enhance once per turn, : your rival adds 1 foundation from their stage to their card pool, period. Yuck.
Yep.
Yuck.
Yep.
Just once per turn, both my turn and your turn, build me one?
Yeah. Well, if it's on your turn, you get to build you get to build your top card face down.
If it is your rival's turn, they may build the top card of their deck face down. What?
Still yuck, but not
yuck.
Not as yuck.
I want to play with my cards.
On your turn, it's not the worst.
Quit putting them in my card pool. I want to play with them. Wow. I do like the word may, so that you can't force me to go into deadlock.
Yep.
I guess you can't force me into deadlock, huh? Because it says
no, because it's always gonna be a 1-to-1
add
swap.
one.
Yeah.
Also, Tam, if the conspiracy holds true, Mineta is also a 3-card kit. Worth noting. Now I hope it's true. Now I hope it's true.
No.
I do not want to see a bunch of these guys. He's 3-card kit. Look at the foundation
so
numbers. Oh, it is confirmed. He is a 3-card kit. Look at the Foundation's number. There it is.
Oh.
Confirmed.
Okay. All right.
Maybe he only has Foundations. Wouldn't that be sweet? Wouldn't that be sweet, Lodoko?
No, I need more sticky balls. Don't
I'm
put
gonna
that.
hate. I'm gonna hate playing against this guy. Enhanced discardable minimum reduces attack speed to 0. Draw a card. Ugh.
Yeah, but that discarding momentum for that's a high cost. It's a very good tanky maneuver, but it also means that I don't get to do like any big kill turns. I'm spending all my gas to stay alive.
I just like under the water symbol. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? With your momentum, right? Because obviously the water symbol is the symbol to play this character.
Yeah.
Right. Water
Yeah,
or
100%.
evil because of Froppy 2 stuff.
Well, you can still get Froppy 2 still on water, and water gets you access to the breakers. Which, if you're gonna play defensively, I think,
Right.
yeah, Ice Storm is Todoroki's breakers are gonna be a much better call. Maybe if evil gets some actual cards, you know.
I mean, we got Stain's cards, right? Stain's
when
sure
I
gonna
see
be
them.
Stain for sure is gonna be a card pool stuffing character.
Yeah, I mean, Death is also going to be relatively nice for Mineta too. But no, I think you're running him on water. I think it's very much okay to give up the +2 damage for, in theory, making all of your opponent's stuff a face down slowly.
Yeah, I just like want to play with my cards, you know. But the thing is
Not
like
allowed.
it's gonna be if I poke against this character, it's gonna feel bad because like you're just gonna break or one me for the entire turn, right? Because you shove a thing up. My combos aren't gonna work at all. I think what this actually means is, and I hope is we get some sort of hunt for spiders and dragons card into the format. And let me tell you, because I'm a boomer.
I was just saying, you're saying words, and I'm lost over here.
What that card says, it's a 3/5 with a 3 low block. That doesn't matter. Response card pool. After you play an attack, flip one of my opponent's foundations. Flip this card face down.
Okay.
And so I would play hunt. The way that you normally play hunt is you play hunt and then you play an attack. You flip your opponent's best thing and you've built a foundation. Very good, very strong. But if you build it up. When you build it up with Mineta on your turn, you could then play play an attack and then flip it back down or flip it face down, but only if you built it face up, right? So it's like interesting counterplay against this character specifically. So I think it'd be interesting on like 3 different symbols to see something like that.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that. And I could definitely see a card like that being very good for play, not only just against this character, but in general. That would be a very good card to bring from the standard format into my hero in some capacity.
Chat, did we do a poll for him?
For Mineta? No.
No?
No, not yet.
Okay, we'll do that real fast. You guys like Mineta?
I'll also hit 1 on that one. But I will not say that he is the best card in the set by far.
I think he's going to be really annoying, and I think he's going to be a killer for sure.
Yeah. I definitely think he's going to be annoying. He's going to definitely disrupt your game plan, and he's going to definitely run DLC Froppy attack for massive damage.
How do you like surviving the final? 0/5/3 high, his symbols, enhance once per turn, : this attack gets -1 speed.
I'm very sad that it's a 3 high, because it's just more high blocks that I want to run. Other than that, though, everything else on the card I love. Like, once per turn, the attack any -1 speed lets you just do your math a lot better. It's not even a commit, so it's, in theory, -2 speed on that card.
Yeah. I mean, this card...
It's really strong.
This card just, like, wants to exist on the board, though, right? So, like, it having a high block is actually a punishment, because, like, you shouldn't be holding these. You should just be jamming these out to make all of your other blocks really good, right? You're gonna hit the miracle open of 4 of these, or 3 of these, in your opening turn, and basically look at your opponent and be like, hey, one of those moves, they're not hitting. And I'm Mineta, so if I touch you at all, another one of those moves is not hitting, and I get to draw a card and replace my hand size. I think it's really, really cool. My biggest issue, man, Mineta's gonna be so lame.
What? No, Mineta's gonna be great.
He's just gonna like replace his throws with more throws and not care that they're at 0 speed.
That's fine. What's wrong with that?
I guess you just gotta kill him, right?
He only has 5 hand sizers, and he's he's got to hit an attack to be able to get attack speed down to 0. So.
Yeah, that is fair. I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah, he has some great positives. He definitely has some negatives though. He's 31 health on a 5-hander is not the best, that's for sure.
Yeah, but he does get the auto block things as soon as he gets rolling, right? It's gonna be that first 2 turns of the game that is gonna be rough. It's
Chat's very upset, so I'm just gonna do this.
Chat's upset.
Chat's upset. Chat thinks that Mineta's toxic.
Oh, I don't.
Both the character and the car.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fair.
Half of that comment is correct. The character is pretty toxic. The card is great though. Nope. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited for the Mineta card. I'm excited for set 2 in general though. Everything that we've seen so far has been absolutely good. This game has nowhere to go but up, and it also like all the old players with the standard knowledge coming in and seeing cards that can interact in different ways that, you know, as a newer player, I can't see is absolutely something that's going to be vital to the growth of I don't want to say the old guard taking place of the new guard, because that means that, like, you know, like I'm going to replace Tam. That's never going to happen.
It could.
But
do it. Do it. You won't.
No, I won't. You're right.
I want it to happen.
But like it very much shows how high the skill ceiling for this game is, and how high it's every single card that is printed is going to keep that skill ceiling high.
Yeah, this was really fun, and next week we're gonna have 7 more previews that we get to rock and play with. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I'm excited. I keep looking at these, and it just makes me want to keep getting another case more and more.
For sure. I haven't even ordered my first one. I gotta get on that.
I also have to get on. I might be waiting for tax time. I'm gonna see how much my taxes come back, and then I'm just gonna invest in some Jasco products.
Love that. All right, Lenoko, where can the good people find you?
Best place to find me is going to be over at Twitch, twitch.tv/Lenoko. I also have a YouTube channel where I upload all of the Thursday throwdowns that I host. All of those are over there. Same as always, YouTube. It's youtube.com/Lenoko as well. Other than that, best places to find me is going to be the MHACCG main Discord. I'm there all the time. If you're following Tam's Discord as well, I'm in there periodically. I exist. I'm all over the place. You'll find me.
Fair enough. All right, man. Thank you for jumping on. I greatly appreciate it. This has been a blast.
Of course. Thank you very much for having me, and I definitely hope we'll be able to go ahead and do this again sometime.
All right. We'll catch you later, buddy.
Yep. Latest.
Peace.